investigate of ways to harm them more.
Always
Make
a
us
worthy
prepared
endeavor.
for next time.
In the meantime, however, I do have a personal favor to ask.
Yes. So
He kind of pauses for a moment and looks around, and you do see the other medic who was in the room kind of realize that the Lord is looking at him and turn and leave.
okay.
Oh, yeah. There is a blight nearby. One which I fear that others may not be suitable for. I would like you and your unusual allies to investigate it.
Of course. What's the blight?
In the place where Yelrith once stood, there is a ruin. And there is rumor of one there that, by all accounts, is quite mad, and who seems to have claimed the land as his own. He's driven out many farmers from their homes, and he is a problem which the city needs dealing with.
Is the intention to rid of the problem with violence or diplomacy?
If you can find a way to be diplomatic with a madman, then by all means. However, he must be removed from the land he has claimed. He must no longer be a threat to the city.
Has he hurt anyone innocent?
He slew many in the area when he took power. Although, for the time being, he seems content to stay there. We cannot be sure this will remain the case.
I think diplomacy just went out the window. Puts on helmet.
I'll be watching your progress.
Thank you, sir.
Safe journeys.
Walks off.
What do the rest of you guys do? He's gone about 15, 20 minutes in total with the conversations and the walking and the whole thing.
I'm just gonna basically wait. I mean, I'm patient. I don't have anything else to do.
Okay. Anyone else?
Aiden's just reading from some sort of book.
Actually, I do ask one of the paladins how they feel about. Wait, why am I in my? Okay, never mind. For some reason, I was by myself, and then you all appeared again.
All by myself.
I would ask. Tenzin would ask, basically, how do they feel about psionics? The order as a whole.
Are you asking the DM or are you asking one of the paladins this?
I mean, would I know? as a character?
What Tenzin knows is that for the most part, people in this world don't really understand what psionics is. And for the most part, except for probably the most scholarly, it's just another word for magic.
Yeah, does all of that just overlap, like arcane, psionics, and the divine?
Your average person just doesn't really understand the difference. It's magic. Some people might call it mind magic, but in the same way they might call it ice magic or fire magic. Psionics is mind magic. They don't really, for the most part, understand the difference, unless you're going to go to a scholar or someone who, or for example, a dwarf or an elf who still have their histories more intact from the first age.
Right. Well, I would ask them,
Mm-hmm.
how do they think about psionics, the order as a whole?
You pick one of the knights at random and go up and start a conversation with him, start asking him, and he kind of looks at you and he says, well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't really understand much of it. I mean, all the whole magic thing, I mean, alright, Kim, no problem.
See you guys later.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of, I don't really understand it, if I'm honest. I mean, it's all kind of stuff I don't understand. I mean, we're taught to be wary of it because it can be very bad, but I mean, it's not all bad. So, I mean, thanks for the help, I guess.
You are quite welcome. However,
bear in mind, he's also talking to a robot. So, I mean...
Yes. Yeah.
he's on the back foot already.
Yeah, it might be like one of those like infomercials, like interactive, like hi.
Yeah, interactive.
This is an infomercial.
Are you aware that magic is in your world?
Please answer these questions.
Has anyone here ever played DC Universe Online?
No.
You started
Why?
saying that.
Is that a thing?
Not
I
exactly.
might have seen it, but yeah.
The Booster Gold kiosks.
Booster Gold kiosks?
Yes.
Does he have like a bunch of like fandom? Like, haha, I am Booster Gold.
Yes. You should look them up on YouTube. I'm off on a tangent, and I promise I'll be right back on game. But basically, he was a loser from the future that stole a bunch of cyber tech and came back in time because he figured if he knew about the crimes before they happened, he could become rich and famous as a superhero.
Ah.
So he does like celebrity endorsements and cereal boxes and infomercials about being a hero, and yeah, he does all the kind of, hi, I'm Booster Gold. And basically there's a sub-quest in the game where you go around to all these information kiosks, and he's recorded infomercials about all the different parts of the city.
Wow.
And you have to go from one to the next to kind of complete the quest. And it just reminded me of that really, really heavily. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, Tenzin would basically say, you know, my magic, it's not entirely magic. It is psionics. It is an energy that encompasses the world. It is all living things. He tries to explain, like, you know, like all the facets of psionics and everything like that. That it's basically just manipulating the latent energies of all things and all that, basically.
Like
you know.
chi.
And he does listen to you. And he does ask a couple intelligent questions. But he responds to you, and you do kind of get the impression that someone has explained magic to him in very much the same terms. Magic is a pervasive force that exists within the world that some people learn to draw upon to do things, and so Yeah, he.
So it's sort of like, yeah, that's definitely magic.
That's magic. That's kind of what they said magic
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. You may call it a different thing, but that's you, buddy.
Yeah.
And you're a robot.
Yeah. So maybe he'll go away thinking that psionics is robot magic. I mean, you know.
I don't know. Well, it was worth a try.
Yeah. He seems to comprehend what you're saying. The problem is that, like I said, he seems to have gotten a very similar explanation for what magic is.
Got it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that wouldn't be too far-fetched.
No,
to say
exactly.
they're the same, yeah. So,
I mean, especially
they
if you
are
look
very
into-
similar.
Especially if you look into, say, a sorcerer or you know, something of that nature.
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
a
yeah.
scion, they're
Or
very
if
similar.
or something like the royal. The royal is very comparable to the weave
Yeah,
in that, you know, they take magic from it. And
exactly.
That
Yeah,
kinda
so I
thing.
mean, you're looking at a guy that has no aptitude whatsoever, who's kind of trying to piece together what you're saying is the difference, but finding a lot of similarities.
right. Yeah. Oh well.
But I mean, he does not seem
Vehemently against it.
against it or hostile in any way. He seems
Right.
interested but wary.
Dude, take his name. Conversion takes one man at a time. You just need to start with one, and then when you're done with him, start
Yeah,
with
I
the next
would.
one.
I would take his name definitely,
Yeah.
and I would introduce myself as well. Tenzin Gotai.
He is Selva.
Selva. Yeah, Tenzin would say, "It's very nice to meet you."
And you as well. I have to say you're the first Warforged I've ever had a conversation with.
There are many Warforged who have not awakened yet.
Those
But-
those must be the ones I've met.
Yes.
Not the most talkative bunch.
No.
Well, it was very enlightening to speak to you. Thank you.
You were quite well.
And then you actually see his demeanor change as he sees Rokus coming back up the ramp from below.
Mm. And he just sort of straightens up.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
a bit more. Yeah, a bit more straightened up, a bit more on task. You can see he's outranked and he's.
Yeah, I now Roach is walking with determination with the helmet on and everything. Towards the group.
As you're like 120 feet from him, you hear in your mind, "What? How did it go?"
Hello? Yes. Hello?
You can respond to this message.
Yes. The body was gone, just as Aiden suspected. I tried to see if maybe the caskets had been switched, but it seemed to be it seemed to me to be the same one, but obviously it somehow got out. I think while Lord Condire is trying to figure this out with the rest of the lords, he has given us a task, and I think it would be in our best interest to be in his good favor. Let us go to the flagon and talk it through.
And by the way, you hear this in your mind as well, Aiden. Him speaking.
Yeah, like
Because I'm being like a radio.
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Yeah. I guess all of us.
You head out.
Yeah.
The squire with the car is still waiting there and asks if you do need a ride back to your lodging.
He will look at Aiden and say, "You know what? We'll walk. You did
As
well
well.
today, Squire.
Thank you, sir.
What's your name?"
I'm
You don't even know your squire's name?
It's not my squire.
Oh, it's
a
not his
squire.
squire. That's right.
I don't know every peon's name.
You don't have a squire.
They sent a
Okay.
squire to pick him
No,
up.
I
He
don't.
actually doesn't know who this squire belongs to.
Yeah, I don't have a squire yet. I'm a new paladin. I've been on like 2 missions, man.
I'm William, sir.
Squire William. And who's your paladin?
Lord, Paladin Jeffries, sir.
Jeffries. Well, we'll let.
Give me an intelligence check.
Did he stumble upon the words Lord, or was it Lord Paladin? Because that sounds like he's
No.
me.
The thing is that a squire will refer to their paladin as my lord.
Yeah.
But when they're giving someone else that name, it's Paladin Jeffries. So
Roach is not the smartest guy.
I'll allow one other person to make an intelligence roll as you're overhearing this.
Please? Shit.
No, the name doesn't mean anything to anyone.
Okay. I will let Paladin Jeffries know about your excellent performance.
Thank you, sir. I'll park the car and meet him inside.
Yes. I will now go on and forget everything about him. No. I won't. I will send him an e-message. Paladin Jeffries. Letter of recommendation.
You don't get a reply.
I'm just sending a great your squire William performed excellent at both driving and keeping a cool head during intense pressure, and was paladin screaming at him from the back seat.
What your characters are not aware of is that Jeffries was the head knight of that group back there.
That died.
Yeah, he'll find that out after he's parked the car.
William, no.
Yeah.
Poor William. Okay. Yeah, we're heading back to the thing.
You head back to the Flowing Flagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys arrive back. It's quite a walk through town. It takes you a bit of time. But you arrive back without any problems.
I will do a basic recap of like what my report entailed.
Mm-hmm.
Such as I did not say specifically what person we were looking for. Only that it was a missing person's case, and what else? What else did I leave out? I didn't say anything about the mother. I didn't say that the demon previously was an elf. Help me out. What else?
I don't know
What's our next objective?
Yeah.
That you mentioned.
Well, Lord Condryer gave us a mission to, as he put it, take care of a blight nearby. Apparently, this might overlap with something that you mentioned earlier, Aiden. There's a madman in the ruins of Yelrith. He has apparently killed a lot of innocent people and driven them away from there. We are to take care of this situation.
The Shadowed Ruin.
Yes.
From what I hear, the sun doesn't touch it.
That's unsettling. So let me assume then that this madman. What more did the rumor say that you had heard about?
Dark magic has taken up residence.
Dark magic.
Madman with dark magic has taken up residence in an ancient ruin. That it is an ancient ruin.
Yes.
Perhaps from the first age.
Mm.
I would say, by the way, Do I know, out of character, do I know anything about the Shadowfell? Or can I roll to see if I know anything about
I'll
the
give you a roll for it, yes.
Okay. Well, that's history, but it's the same thing as Arcana, so
Okay.
14.
You know of its existence. You're not in any way well versed in it, but you know kind of the general story of what it is.
Okay. Could it be thought that perhaps this dark magic and this ancient ruin has something to do with the Shadowfell? Especially because the sun never shines?
It would certainly be something that could be extrapolated, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I basically tell them that then. I explain, you know,
What's this
the
shadow?
Genea party, the Shadowfell.
Is that a person or a thing or?
He explains that it is in fact a plane which is parallel to the entirety of Olyndar.
Okay, I did not do great
Regular
at the
plane.
physics lessons during training.
So he says, imagine this. You have the real world, the world
Uh-huh.
you see. Then you have the world you do not see, which is the ethereal. Then you have the opposite of the world that you see, which can be interpreted as the Shadowfell.
So the opposite. So I am a woman in Shadowfell.
No. It's a place very much of while Olyndar could be said as sunny,
Yes.
the Shadowfell is very much dark.
Huh. I trust that you know how.
It's as if you look in a dark mirror.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is twisted and very much changed in an
Upside down.
unsettling way. Yes,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
upside down.
I know. As a player, I know.
Yeah.
No, I know. I was just throwing
Yeah.
the joke in there.
Yeah.
Resisted.
Yeah. Well, again, that does not sound great at all, and
He very
Nice.
well be could be using magic from it, and or using, that ruin could be some sort of plane to it, in a way.
that
Or
actually
portal.
brings me to a point I wanted to bring up. Both of you seem to know about all this magic stuff. What would we do to fight this shadow thing and demons? Like, can we make preparations? Like, there was this cartoon when I was little, and it had a little devil in it, and you would throw holy water at it, and he would run away. Could we do something similar?
Well, certainly any sort of holy objects would be very useful against undead and devils.
What's a god here in Titan?
There are no gods, are there?
I mean, what's the main religion?
There's
Not
not a
science.
there's not a predominant religion really.
Okay, never mind then. I'm an
I will
atheist.
say,
I don't know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
yes. I basically explain that there are divine beings, and they can give onto their holy power, which would allow them to. It's basically magic designed to kill demons and undead.
Oh, right. Aiden, that's
Aiden would know more.
great.
Christopher, you would probably have been versed in some of this, mainly as a dwarf thing.
Uh-huh.
Dwarves spend a lot of time talking about their gods and their powers and their blessings, and there's
That's
actually been some petitioning to actually set up a dwarven church in Titan, but it's not yet been passed.
Where's the closest dwarven city?
Way away.
in the deep dark.
Oh, on the other
That's-
side of the fucking planet?
Yeah,
Okay.
If you look,
Yeah.
if you look at the world map,
Yeah.
This is the deep dark over here,
Yeah.
somewhere around here.
How long would it take to send an email over there and then to send something to Amazon Express?
Well, they don't have email, so
Damn it!
Yeah, they're traditionalist dwarves. They don't really have email.
Well, shit. Okay.
if we
Aiden,
had sending,
our only hope.
The
But
best
we're
thing
not-
that
yeah.
the best thing that you would have would be.
Oh, the Horn of Distance.
Yeah.
But we don't know anybody, so
No.
Yeah.
we can't. You
The,
can't
And
do it.
they
the
can't-
best way you would have to get a message to the dwarves right now would be to send an email to someone in Wire, if you knew someone in Wire, and then have them spend a couple days, actually like a week, traveling into the deep dark to give it to the dwarves.
Yeah, but even then, it would take fucking forever to a package to actually get here.
Yes.
If they were to
You
have a
know,
whole-
I have heard tales of a antique shop and various metals. It may so basically there are types of metal and materials that would damage and potentially kill demons
More easily than others, yes.
more easily. Yes, of course, such as cold iron for fey creatures, along that similar line. I believe his name was Thanatos? Thanos?
Are you now just making shit up?
Thanos? Thanos!
Thermos,
yes,
thermos, yes.
Thermos. Yeah, thermos.
Of course,
Oh.
out of character, I know.
I heard Thanos, and I was like, yeah, hardy ha. We're gonna go.
No, it's Theranos. He's talking about Theranos.
Yes.
Although the parallels between Theranos and Thanos are probably hard to ignore.
Yeah.
Killing half of the people that are alive, and
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Shit.
Pushing people out of existence.
Yeah. Shit. He really did. Holy fuck. Holy shit. I
Yeah.
didn't even think of that. Mind blown.
Yes, Theranos was his name.
Thanos is Thanos.
He may. I mean, it is just an antique shop, but
I'm open to try anything. If I need magic, like special bullets or attachments to my blade to hurt these things, then we will obviously need it because and he kind of hushes down a little bit. So Aiden, that demon talked to you specifically and called you by name.
Yeah, by the way.
I think we are owed a bit of an explanation considering there's a bit of a target on us right now.
Tenzin would say she called you a noble. Why is that?
a misconception. Or misunderstanding, I should say. She seems to be under the impression that I refer to myself as nobility in a sending spell I sent to our lovely little Cylindra. That's her name, right? Out of character, Cylindra?
So,
Citra?
her name
Cyre?
was
I think it was something with a C.
Cyrilia.
Cyrilia.
Cyrilia. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, notes.
To our lovely Cyrilia, who at the time I thought was, of course, kidnapped or missing.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect to hear a reply saying that she had joined this fire cult. And I had tried to convince her otherwise.
By saying that you were a noble?
No, of course not. By referring to her as nobility. Of course, at the time, I didn't even realize that she was noble. I didn't realize who I was talking to, actually.
But then why would they think that you are nobility? Is it perhaps that ring that woman pointed out?
What happened to the ring?
Unlikely. I'm not exactly nobility myself, so...
You have a noble spirit.
Maybe.
All right then. But Aiden, so that in that case confirms it that the giant half-naked demon fire lady was in fact Cyrilia.
Yes.
It's not just speculation.
Correct.
Okay. And I don't really know how this works, but it's means that some of her is still in there if she remembers you in that fight.
Oh no, she's still Cerelia, but she's corrupted. She's chosen Prometheus.
All right. I would suggest that we
could maybe convince her, but the chances of her soul ever being cleansed of that evil is... I don't even know how you would begin.
It would take very powerful magic for that.
Indeed.
Perhaps even godly magic.
I was more considering the fact that Cerelia seemed to go after you specifically time and time again during that battle. There were more prominent targets for her to pick, but she picked you every single time.
I don't know. Aiden thinks back. As far as he remembers, he didn't say, "I'm a noble and you're acting like an idiot." He referred to the elven people as nobility
I think you typed it out.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because we didn't hear any of this.
Well, maybe they agree with you. Maybe they agree that elven people are like high. The royal elves are noble, basically, like they're nobility, and that they want to take them out or change them entirely.
Yeah, my point was rather that it seems that if we might encounter these demons and worshippers again, and specifically considering she does not like you, and so finding some way to combat these or repel these kinds of creatures would be very beneficial for our survival.
Oh yes, I quite agree. In killing this Cerelia and her beloved
Prince
Galamadris, it would be quite beneficial to us.
Is it Prince Galamadris or Prince Daedrus or whatever?
Dedrimus?
Dedrus.
Dedrimus, yeah. I think it was that one, yeah.
Yeah, and
fucking elven names.
And do we need to have some special items for this shadow place too? Does holy water work on that too?
Actually, holy water would work better than against demons. Shadowfell is very much in tune with undead.
Oh, fantastic! 2 birds, 1 stone.
I'll be back in just a minute, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I also need to head to the bathroom. That's why I'm like standing up, like dancing at the spot. I was like, shit.
Doc, I'm bringing back Thurnos for you.
I don't think Casey would allow that.
Well, we're heading there, unless Thurnos closed down.
I already know. Right now, he sent it to me before this. Thurnos left.
Oh, okay.
So we would go and we will find his attendant.
Well, his shop is still there, right? I mean,
yes, JM.
Maybe Thurnos will have some shit stocked that might help. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Demon killing bullet.
Well, he does, in fact, deal with weapons.
Is that well known, or is he like an underground type of dude who does that?
Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like a black market thing.
Yeah.
That was like the whole hitch. Is like my character was a junker and a scrapper and all that, and like he dealt with things that were hard to find.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's basically just a front for his weapons dealing, his black arms dealing.
Mm-hmm.
Really, legal and illegal. He deals in it all.
Oh, he seems like the next logical person to go to.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't even know if we could actually afford otherworldly materials as they are, especially in Olyndar and the third. Well, here's the thing: is Do you think the heightened technology would make it easier to craft those metals, or harder?
Ooh.
Because before it was magic.
Well, a lot of them are made via magic.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it's unknown if perhaps you could do the same with technology. I mean, hell, I would have to think of that because, gee, I would have. Well, no, because Theranos uses magic anyway, so it doesn't matter. He would just use the magic way to do that. I was thinking like for my game, like what would he do? But no, he would just use magic.
But no, I'm talking about more like, demon steel, forged from in hell, fucking only by demons. But at the end of the day, it's still metal that can be forged, So maybe the demons just, like, make it scientific whilst being magical. Because, you can make steel, right, with magic.
You can make steel with magic and technology, yeah. But at the same time, I don't think it transfers the same way around. Like, you can make magic items with technology.
Yeah,
definitely. It is very much magical material. That's the thing. All of these materials are magic.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm back. What's magic?
We're talking about otherworldly
materials from other worlds, like
mainly my point was would it be
that.
possible for technology to replicate such metal?
It's possible.
Yeah, so are we all in agreement?
There is a bunch of paladins that seem to be doing a lot of nearly magical stuff with technology.
Yeah,
like
but we don't know about
healing themselves and.
Well, out of character, though, we know that
that
comes from a dragon.
At least one of you knows exactly that is happening, just not how it's happening.
Yeah.
So, are we all in agreement that Theranos is probably the best place to go to next? Maybe you might have some...
Did you get a rumor about him?
Well, no, Theranos is a popular shop, though, isn't he?
The shop, I did mention it's on the map. It is.
Yeah.
In that case, we would go there, and if nothing else, we can get a reference to where to go.
My reasoning is he's an antique dealer and not weapons, metal.
He's primarily a junk dealer, is what he's known for. But he's a junk dealer that deals in rare and exotic things.
So you might have like rare and exotic metals.
Yeah.
Should I be wearing my? From what I've heard, this shop in particular is a bit of the down low. Should I go there a bit more incognito, so to speak?
It might spook some people if you did. If you walked in full armor.
On.
What do you guys think? Maybe we want to have the intimidating presence if we want to.
We're trying to buy something.
I don't have any money.
Just checking, guys. Has my sound changed at all?
Not from what I've noticed.
Okay, I've just turned a fan on, so I was just making sure that it wasn't interfering with...
How much money do you have, by the way?
14. Oh, sorry.
My character sheet.
Well, yeah, you just said you don't have much, so...
Yeah.
I only have 102 gold, so...
I have 85.
I mean,
I might be able to, if we were to find a list of materials, I might be able to requisition some funds for the buying of these anti-demon products. Considering Lord Condryer agreed that it was a good idea.
Yeah, let's go see what if it's even there. Let's go see how expensive it is, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I cannot find the text of the conversation, Seeger. Do you know where it is at all?
Did you guys do it on Roll20 or in Skype?
I thought we did it on Roll20.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
You can just if you scroll to the top, you have view all chat entire.
That'll probably.
There's a shitload of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. I just can't seem to find it.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it's canon now that she hates
Oh yeah,
that
no,
she
I was
hates
just
Aiden,
actually
so-
trying to look up the exact conversation.
Yeah.
Right, so you guys are heading to Upton's.
Yep.
Hmm.
And if we're gonna go there with like official business, then I guess I'm going there with my armor. Where would one
No,
park?
no.
once-
Don't go with
No?
your armor.
Okay. Where would one park my armor? Is there like a protocol to how to do this? Do I have to take it on and off in like the barracks so it doesn't get stolen, or is it like if I deem the area secure?
Well, I mean, you take it off at night to sleep at the inn, so...
Yeah,
Just
And-
leave it in your room in the inn.
sure. And I'll talk to Duncan Durnan. That it's extra important to keep my room on the lock and key. It would be look very badly for me.
You're the one that has the key to your room, so...
Yes, but if
I
you
mean-
could keep an extra eye on it, I would very much appreciate it. If I were to lose that armor within 2 weeks of getting it, that would not look well.
Am I running a bar? Or am I running a coat rack? I'm running a bar. I'm not looking
Bar
after your
with
room for you.
boots.
I gave you the key to your room. It's got a lock on it. Lock your room.
I've locked my room. He turns the key. I didn't lock my room, but now it's locked. Hayden, can you do an arcane lock on this? Magic lock, I mean, because I don't know what an arcane lock is.
Your room has been fine for weeks. I'm sure it'll be fine for 5 more minutes.
I'll be right back. That's it. Okay.
I'll be right back, baby.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. I guess
I
he
found
has.
it, Casey.
Ah, brilliant. Where was it?
In the chat archive. I'll link it to you.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess Christopher, like in his normal clothes, just like a leather jacket, some combat boots, and like a white T-shirt, and no pants. I mean,
Nice.
it's for the ladies.
Oh, do you know why the frick stupid thing? I know why it wasn't working now.
Why is that?
Because apparently the default, whenever I clicked into it, was to hide whispers.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought the conversation said. Okay. You take off your armor and you head over to Upton's Antiques. You reach it without too much trouble. It takes you a couple hours walking. This is a big city to walk around. You guys are doing a lot of walking around it.
I have my laser pistol with me, just for the record.
Okay.
Yep.
You
That's
reach
it, though.
the area. It's not in the best part of town. I mean, it's not in the worst part of town, but definitely not the best. And as you walk in, you are surrounded by a very cluttered kind of room. And sitting behind the desk, you find a young girl with long red hair, who is currently sitting behind a table. She actually has a pair of goggles pulled down over her head, and she has something on the table with a bunch of wires coming out of it, and you can see that she's got a some kind of a device, and she's poking at the wires, and every once in a while something sparks, and she swears and then touches a different one to see if the next one sparks.
I kind of poke Tenzin to walk forward. Like, you know,
Okay.
technology, right? Go ahead.
Tenzin would walk up and go, good day.
Oh, hi. Oh, you're a... Ooh. And you can see she starts adjusting the goggles to kind of very clearly checking you out. Oh,
Is it his new attachment?
Yeah, it's my new attachment.
Like, ooh.
oh, I've not seen that model of armor plating before. That's fascinating. Where were you assembled?
I was assembled in bronze. However, I would like to talk about possibly purchasing some things, if that is okay.
Oh, you're Oh, you mean he's... And she looks at those... You mean he's not...
I am awakened.
Oh.
My name is Tenzin.
What? Wow. Oh, yes. Wow. Yeah. She steps out from behind the table, and she comes closer to you, and she goes, That makes you even more fascinating. How did you... When did you... just tell me when and how and everything.
He found me.
Maybe, Aiden steps forward, maybe if you help us first, my friend here would love to answer all of your questions. He loves talking about himself, I assure you. But we're here on business first.
Oh, yeah, of course, yes. How can I help?
We're looking for something that can dispatch entities that are a little bit tougher than your standard human.
I see. What kind of entities?
Otherworldly.
Extraplanar.
Right. She kind of looks at you and she goes,
You're not a narc, are you? You would have to tell me if you did.
None of you are with the city guard, are you?
No.
No.
I'm a magic user. Definitely not.
Right, good point.
As am I.
I have a gun.
We're certainly going to need to talk about that later on. That's amazing. I might have something for you. You want to take out something otherworldly. Just wait here a minute. And she disappears back into a back room.
I lean over to Tenzin. You like talking about yourself, right?
I didn't know you came from bronze.
Do you actually say that? Tenzin says, I do not entirely like to talk about the history. It is, traumatic. But...
Oh, she'll like that. Use that.
He just sort of like smiles at you and says, "Do not worry. I can explain to an eager somebody that what happened."
I will kind of try to step back a little bit from, like, still within earshot, but obviously so I'm not in front in case she tries to incite me.
So we wait.
Yep.
Sorry, I've lost something.
While
Don't tell me she's gonna give us that gun. Please don't. Oh God. No. Madman, you remember, right?
oh, that?
Yeah, that
Oh
gun.
no.
Please, no.
I don't know what we're talking about here.
No. We will not spoil the surprise, if it is. And Doc, well, it doesn't matter what Casey says. We will have poker face no matter what he presents. So Seeger won't know if it's the thing or not the thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you just very clearly said it's probably the thing. So even if you poker face now, it's gonna confirm.
Well, I mean, we don't know if it's the thing. We suspect it might be the thing, but it might not be the thing.
Yeah.
While we're waiting, he kind of whispers to Aiden. So, do you still know any clerics from back in the day?
Do I?
Yeah, do you guys keep in touch? I don't know. Have you guys...
Unlikely. I mean, any cleric that I would have known, if you're talking about elven clerics, they're all back at Elfhome. Not out exploring.
Alright then. So...
She comes back in, and she puts a gun, or you could maybe call it a gun, on the table. I'm just getting an image of it now. She lays that on the table.
Oh.
This should take out
That's a Hello
nearly
Kitty.
anything you
That's a
need.
Hello Kitty at the front. I love it.
Oh yes,
Sorry.
I added that myself. That was one of my touches.
Very good. Very good.
It's a very good brand, even in D&D worlds. It transitions over.
Aiden's just staring at it.
That would hurt the fuck out of you if you used it.
What does it do?
It fires quite powerfully. It fires small exploding projectiles.
Can I make a technology check?
You certainly can.
I would also like to do that. In fact, I would like to use Detect Magic and a technology check.
Okay.
I believe that's a gun.
I want to see if she's selling us a magic gun, because I've heard about this from, well, actually, I didn't hear about it. Tenzin just thinks it's a thing.
With that, and with the detect magic, it does appear that there is a magical aura, but it's not on the gun. It seems to be within a component of the gun. Basically, the gun itself does not detect as magical, but there is
there's
an aura within the gun that seems to be magical.
Wow, okay. And
What
what
type
about the
of magic?
technology check? Oh, yeah. Enhancement, abjuration.
It is... Just a second.
What's the fucking firebolt one? God.
Evocation.
Evocation. Yeah, maybe it's evocation.
If it's conjuration, I would be worried.
Divination, maybe?
Necromancy.
Necromancy, no.
Thank you.
If it's lunamancy, I'm gonna destroy it.
It is conjuration.
Conjuration.
Infinite bullets.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. And what about the technology check? What would that give us?
It is like nothing you have ever seen.
Very
It
nice.
seems far more advanced even than what the Paladins have. And it seems like it was designed for a creature that's not human almost. It's the scaling of it seems wrong.
I'm sure it's just for an orc or ogre. Sure, we don't need to read into
Totally,
much
yeah,
of it.
yeah. I mean, do we even have ogres? We have orc kin.
No, we have ogres.
Do we have ogres?
Yeah, now we
In
have.
Olyndar?
There are a few. They're
Okay.
fairly rare.
Don't you remember we had that joke of let's include all thing that I was going to play a ogre paladin.
Oh, that's right. You were going to. Yeah.
Like blight style.
I thought you were just playing a half ogre, though.
No. The ogres do exist. There are a few, but they're very rare.
Got it.
Now, if you head over to the other side of the world, there actually are more common over there.
Got it.
How much would one of those cost?
Well, I mean, there is only one of these. It's not like I've got a room full of guns like this in the back or anything.
It's not like I have like major artillery or anything.
Yeah.
This one would run you 8,000 gold.
Before I continue with the question, what kind of modification liberties do paladins have with the armor? Like, can I buy an attachment to it and place it on it, or is that like, oh yeah, no, you're not supposed to mess with that?
Well, I mean, the ability to mess with it is quite tightly controlled.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I have some duct tape and like, now I have a thing on the side, they can't really do anything about that.
No. If you actually started opening up the armor and tinkering with it, that could go badly for you, but yeah.
And rules-wise?
Well, rules-wise is they it's not necessarily like there's a rule that says don't mess with your armor, but there's kind of a common sense of don't mess with things that you don't understand.
If you tweak the wrong setting, moving your leg could cause you to tear it off.